talked about this before, my ateez.
Look, and I've got a little
glass.
BTS soju glass.
And I didn't say this last time, but I also have the rose. God, like, how the hell can you see anything?
So
Except
cool.
for the has disappeared. So my friend is, I've sent her a picture. I'm like, what happened to of the rose? So we'll redo this.
Okay. Nice.
And she said she'd redo it.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to leave them out. I have something from all 4 of my stands. Oh, it's in the cupboard. But we have BTS shot glasses. We have the Super Junior shot glass. But then I decided shot glasses there's not I have to keep getting up to refill them. Right. And that feels like a chore. So I got these.
The big ones, yeah.
They're like whiskey glasses, but I use them for soju because why the hell not?
So cute. I love it when you start crafting your merch.
I know, but I have to make other people do it because I don't craft like that.
You do craft, but just not like you don't do
not
vinyls.
this.
Yeah.
So my friend Jo came over and she did this with me.
That's so fun.
Because I bought her the glasses because I didn't want to like wait.
Yeah. You're like,
hurry quick. And then she was busy, and I get it. And then so she came over and then we did it.
Good.
And then I said, I don't know about this logo. It's it doesn't really blend itself well to this. So we'll do another one. I'll have to text her and be like, come over, let's do it again. Yeah. Because I'm serious about this kind of stuff. Yeah. Useful merch that I guess I have to create. Great. Yeah. And she has an Etsy store and like sell it. But I don't know that you would sell like the Rose and the Super Junior ones, but you could sell ateez and BTS.
Somebody would buy it. Maybe. That's the point. That's the point of the internet. Is
She says she only does this because I asked her to do it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, she's like, I would like. It's really. What did she say? So I don't remember the whole story, but it was like a lot.
It's not rewarding.
She said it would be stress me out if people ordered it, and then I'd have to like do all this stuff to get it ready, and I'm like, just do 20 of them already up front, and then you have them, and then you just mail it. She goes, oh, that's true. I'm like, I don't know why.
Yeah, and if nothing else, we'll hand them out at concerts when we go see ateez in concert.
Yeah, but I'll do shot class.
I know, but I don't know if I'm gonna go see ateez. I mean, if they came here, but they would never come here. We're not a big enough market.
You wouldn't go with me to the nearest one?
Well, how far is it?
I don't know.
Is BTS performing? I mean, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
She'll go with me.
You guys, did you hear the news? J-Hope is releasing a new album, a new mini album, 6 songs to go with his documentary, which will be coming out very soon. It's like in March, while he's still in the military.
Oh, I didn't.
His documentary is called Hope on the Street.
I did not know that.
With like 6 songs, and they released kind of a fuzzy picture of the album cover, like the list of songs. Yeah. And it looks like he's doing a song with La Seraphim, one of the girls from that band, and Jungkook looks like Jungkook and Hobi, and they have beautiful voices together.
Cool.
Yeah. That'll be out next month.
I feel like I haven't eaten enough, and now I drank too much.
Yeah, you're a little tipsy.
It might be like going over the edge.
Yeah, it's a little over the edge.
Okay. I think I haven't eaten.
Disregard anything else that Amy B says.
But I have a lot to say.
I have my wits about me. What are you going to talk about?
I have notes.
Okay.
Thank God. Concepts. The idea of concepts.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to start this podcast, I feel like I said to you, like, I want to talk about the things I find interesting and no scripts.
Okay, right.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Remember in the car when we went down to that conference?
We busted out the whole concept of this podcast. Okay, and concepts is one of the things that you were into?
No, I'm not into it, but I like this idea. So I find this interesting. So, why I find this interesting is, I wrote this down, I wrote notes today. My God, I needed them. So ateez's concepts for, I'm writing notes again, albums. They literally have had this, I don't know if they must have mapped this out from the get-go.
Yeah.
But dude, and we've said this before, the amount of material these K-pop bands produce in a year is astronomical.
Amazing.
It's like kind of off the charts.
They work
and
really
I feel
hard.
like they've done themselves a disfavor by doing that, because then they still have to keep it up.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right? But, okay, so ateez debuted in 2018. I don't remember the month. But from 2018 to 2020, they released their first wave of concepts the albums were called Treasure. So they were pirates. Well, I guess
yeah.
I guess they're still pirates.
Okay.
And each phase of this, each album of this first phase had songs that kind of were introducing their like hopes and dreams and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they were called Treasure, which matches with the pirate theme.
Yeah.
And so there were many albums, 6 songs each, but that's still a lot. Treasure 1, and then Treasure 2, 3, Final, Extra, Epilogue, and all within 2 years they released that. And the Extra and the Epilogue have 11 songs each.
Yeah.
Like, that's the full album to me.
Yeah.
And that told like the first phase, like that was their concept of the first phase. But that was a lot, and there's some really excellent songs in there, really excellent. And then their next phase it's called Fever, and they have 1, 2, 3, and an epilogue, and they did that in 2020 to 2021.
Yeah.
And then now we're in the world. So they've had 1, and then they had one called the World Paradigm, but it didn't have a number. And then, so the World 1, Paradigm 2, and Final was the one that was released in December of 2023.
Yeah.
With their one, We Go Up, yeah, that one.
Okay. Do their music videos kind of like tell a story like following these themes?
I don't know. I'm not that keen on it, or cool. I'm not that hip on it, let's put it that way. I don't know. Momula. But like each one starts with like this monologue.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I think they do,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's one of them's like this girl that's telling this full-on story. But like one of the last one of their Treasure series is like the end of our beginning. And I'm like, whoa.
Are they in chapter 2?
Dude, way to have a vision. So like I feel like the concept for their whole journey.
Yeah.
And they have different. I don't know that all the songs tell their journey because I freaking don't really understand Korean. But every now and then there'll be something that I get that it's like, oh, it's talking about this, and they're dealing with their progression as a band, which I think. I mean, I feel like kudos to that because my brain hurts, and not because I've had a lot of plum soju.
That's why.
But
That's
no, my
actually
brain hurts in thinking about literally mapping out your vision and concepts from 2018 to 2024. I mean, I feel like when you go to an interview, they're like, where do you want to be in 5 years? And you can have an idea, this very vague idea, but this was very planned out.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of in awe of this. And I don't know that, did BTS map out like visions for their concepts of their albums?
Yes.
Go for it.
They did. So BTS has, they've had a few concepts.
Mm-hmm. Did they map out the concepts of all their albums? Or was it each album individually?
No, they would do a series kind of like that.
Okay, tell me what it is.
The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, part 1. And then they had
That's an album name?
Part, yeah, that's an album name.
I missed that album.
Yeah. And it's called HYYH. The Army calls it HYYH because those are the letters that the Hangul, that the Korean words are. Those are the initials of the Korean words for it. And then there's also, and their songs maybe don't seem like they're about anything, but their music videos seem to have a story where Jin is like a time traveler. And he like
I remember those.
encounters them in different times, and there's like some secret things that like keep appearing, like a bird flying, or like a sucker, stuff like that. And then they have the concept of Map of the Soul.
Yeah.
Which, and then they have like a Persona album.
Yeah.
They had a trivia album.
I feel like BTS has done concepts within their albums.
I think they had.
But not an entire, like, 5-6 year series.
Well, then they got their album Map of the Soul 7. That was kind of like when they got off track because of the pandemic. And so Map of the Soul 7
Map of the Soul 7 came out right before the pandemic.
That's not true. I don't think that's true. Because Map of the Soul 7 has like Butter on it. That was a pandemic song.
Oh, yeah.
Has their English song.
Which is the one that has On?
Oh, I think that one. Because they were going to perform On, was supposed to be their
Butter
big
wasn't
song.
then part of that.
Listen, we can look it up.
I know. So I feel like this idea of concepts and albums and in full-on progressions is so interesting because in the U.S. and my limited experience with our music genre here, which is vast, so I only have a little bit, like what I've listened to. I feel like the only thing I can really equate this to is some of the bands that will do what we would call a rock opera.
Yeah.
Which, in my sphere of what I've listened to, would be My Chemical Romance did a rock opera.
Yeah.
The Decemberists, that was a good one. I love the Decemberists.
There was the psychedelic bands did them too.
Yeah, that was I was probably a teenager then, and I wasn't really into that. So, I'm sure there are other bands that have done rock operas, but when I just think about it, those are the two that pop into my head, of ones that I know that I've listened to, and I love the Decemberists. So I actually did follow them for a little bit in the West.
They're coming in concert. You've seen them in concert?
Uh-huh.
They're coming in
They're
concert.
so good. If you don't know the Decemberists, you should look them up.
I like them too.
God, they're great. Call him away. He's awesome.
So, Map of the Soul 7 came out February 2020.
Yeah, pre-pandemic.
Right? Yeah, the pandemic. Remember, it's called COVID-19. So
I know,
but
but
it was already going, but they hadn't canceled everything.
They had already recorded and had everything going for that pre-pandemic. That's what I meant.
That's true.
So, I don't think Butter is actually part of that.
It's not, actually. You're right. P-Dog was one of the producers.
Wait a minute. Go back.
No, yeah, you were right. You were right. I told you. All I know about is how much I love them. Have I told you? Do you know how many messages JK has sent since he joined the military?
No, but you do.
0. And how many has Suga sent since he joined the military? 0. Everyone else have sent messages, but Jungkook and Suga, they took it seriously when they said, "See you in 2025." We are not going to hear from them.
Okay.
On Valentine's Day, Jimin sent a message that said, "Jungkook and I are doing great," which was cute. But
go back to the part where you said
you were right. Yeah, you're right. Butter was not on Map of the Soul 7.
that was vindication right there.
Okay, but Map of the Soul 7 still carried on with the concept like they had an interlude shadow and
I feel like
intro persona.
The important part of this
is that I didn't know. I'm not.
No, is sure, that like I may have vindicated my army status.
I don't know. You're an A-tiny now.
A-teeny.
A-teeny.
Who says A-tiny?
It's spelled A-tiny. I don't know.
A-teeny.
I drink.
A-teeny.
A-teeny. I know. Yes. Okay. You're army. It's fine. It's fine. You're army. You know what?
I am army. I am elf. I am Black Rose, and I am A-teeny.
Do you know what song is on that album? On.
That's what I just said.
I know. That's
Isn't
what I said.
On in that album?
Absolutely.
For God's sake.
Yeah, it is. Good job. We still love them more.
That's probably true. Oh my God, help us. Okay, but when we come to concepts, so the album concepts I find daunting and yet impressive at the same time. You?
Yeah, I feel like I have read people who like study them and find all these links and stuff like that, and
Is that their job, or do they do it on the side?
That's their hobby.
Oh, that's not my hobby.
My hobby is basketball. What is your hobby? That was a quote from Suga. He says that.
Oh.
My hobby is basketball. What's your hobby?
I have a lot
My
of hobbies.
hobby is figuring out the concepts. There are
a lot of hobbies.
There are fans who love to do that, like tie the concepts together analyze them and look for like hidden clues and
Good
stuff
for
like
them.
that.
You guys are the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for doing that.
Best.
But I don't do that. I don't even know what HYYH stands for. I could find it out. Let's see.
I feel like that's a lie. Kojiman. But what I do hate, Shido, is when they do variety shows and they have concepts. So this is why I don't really like the ateez like variety shows, because they give them characters and then they act them out. And while I kind of get like the appeal of that, I also feel like that's a bad example. I really dislike that the concept part of when they do anything in front of the camera is like, what's our concept?
Oh, yeah, they do.
I don't like that because it feels really fake.
Like
and that was the one thing I said in that car ride down to that conference. Yep. Is I said, I don't want a script because I don't want it to be fake.
Oh, this is
not
straight
fake
off the tops of our heads.
Amy's already had too much to drink, so she can't be fake.
Yeah, this is for reals. What you're like. Okay, let me tell you. HYYH stands for Hua Yang Yanhua.
What?
Which is the trilogy of albums released prior to their album Wings. Loosely translated, the meaning of HYYH, which is Hua Yang Yanhua, is the most beautiful moment in art. It's this series where the BU got its start. BU, do you know what that is? Bangtan Universe. That's the whole, like, stories about the time traveler and who the characters are and stuff like that.
So they've done it.
They did it.
I feel like that
did it
is
first.
that is
Bangtan Universe.
Fair enough. I feel like that is impressive and kind of overwhelming at the same time. And because of the impressiveness part, I feel like, okay, like, let's go for that. But I feel like the concepts that permeate anything they do in front of the camera, dislike.
I feel like I would like the concept of the pirate concept better if they were like wearing an eye patch, had a poofy frilly shirt.
Oh, they have eye patches.
Oh, they do?
They have one. Oh. But I was wondering,
and you
like,
don't like cringe, so
but they were like medical eye patches, and I was like, do they have eye surgery? They might have. I didn't look into it because I don't care enough. But like Mingy will have one, and then Hongju has one. And I'm like, and I haven't paid attention enough. Of like, one time is it on their left eye, and then their right? Like, what are they doing? I don't know.
Wow. I was kidding.
They've had eye patches, but not pirate.
You don't like cringe, so okay.
So I noted it. And
let me give you a piece of music news for another fandom that I'm in. Machine Gun Kelly, I love him. So the other day, just like today, he revealed his tattoos. He said he's been wearing a tank top for months, 3 months. He's going to a turtleneck for 3 months. He's going to take it off because he got black, just black, like a chest plate. His arms are completely black with 3 stripes down, like covered up all of his old tattoos. His chest is just completely black and a line going down his stomach. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen his back yet, but that is a lot of tattooing.
Ow.
Yeah.
You don't even have a tattoo.
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I have 4 tattoos.
What? Oh my god.
Wait, I have 3.
You don't even know how many tattoos you have?
I have 3. But I'm not going to do a big reveal.
Don't, but really?
Yeah. We've talked about this before. There's evidence. The people watching this know that I have tattoos.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they do. We've talked about it.
I feel like we haven't talked about that. You have 3 tattoos?
Yes. But not like that. Not like Machine Gun Kelly.
No, don't do that.
That just seemed like torture. Ow.
Yeah.
But he just revealed that, so that was
a lot of wasted.
Oh, and then another fun thing that happened, the Super Bowl. You know, Usher performed at the Super Bowl.
I heard.
And it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
He sang without a track, so he just sang.
Excellent.
And actually, mostly he danced. But then there was a section. He roller skated. So if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's awesome. He's a good roller skater. It was awesome. I was like, are you kidding me? Todd's like, oh, I knew he was going to roller skate.
Now, if he had strawberry shortcake roller skates,
he had,
I would love him.
It was awesome. It was a pretty good show.
Oh.
And I was like, I wonder if JK would have performed maybe with him if JK was not in the military, because they just released a song together. You know that.
And you know
album.
what? JK would have learned how to roller skate, and he would have been great at it.
He would have been awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been huge. So that was kind of fun. The Usher.
I have not seen any clips of his performance, but I shall watch them.
You gotta look it up now.
I was just talking with my friends.
It was like 12 minutes long.
On Monday, we had lunch. We have lunch on holidays when we all have the day off.
Oh yeah.
And
it was President's Day,
not
June Day.
Right. The whole thing came up about, I don't remember. We were talking about music, and they're not in the same wavelength I am.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Grammys, which I don't watch, but I watched the clip of Tracy Chapman with whatever his name is.
Luke Combs.
And I said, I almost started crying. Like I was on the verge.
Everybody cried.
And I said, because like I remember buying her cassette tapes, and I loved Tracy Chapman, and it just took me back to, not so much my teenage years, which, you know, are what they are, but the feeling of like when I would listen to her music or any music that I really liked.
Yeah.
Back then, and you just get lost in it.
Yeah.
How you don't really do that so much as an adult. And that moment of her performing, and by the way, she is still mega beautiful.
Oh my gosh, gorgeous!
And her voice is still the same.
Beautiful.
And I was just taken back to all of it, and
yeah.
I was, and how special that moment was, and I was getting verklempt.
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I doing?
A lot of people have said that because we missed her, because she has not been performing. She hasn't put out new music. So she's the top of my.
Into this.
She's the top of my concert wish list, but she doesn't do concerts. So
my concert wish list was Queen, but Freddie Mercury is dead.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to give that up.
Very long time.
Same with the. Beatles.
But if you asked me what concert I wish I had ever gone to, it would be Queen, because they're my favorite.
All right.
But
yeah. Tracy Chapman, yeah, that was awesome. Did your friends relate with that feeling? Had they seen it or?
I don't know. We should talk about that. I should get us together and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because yes, I think we would all. Oh, actually, one of my friends put on Instagram, Tracy Chapman at the Grammys, and I'm like, I don't know, why are you watching this? And I didn't say that, but I thought it.
Well, and I've heard Luke Combs' cover of her song, and I was like, didn't love it. I didn't love it because I didn't know what I think, because I love her so much. But then once you saw how much he like respected her, he kind of like stepped back and let her lead that performance.
So she has had other performers asked to remake her songs, and she has said no. She's notorious for saying no.
Yeah.
So something about Luke Combs, and probably she asked why, and something in his spoke to her that she let him do it, because she will not let anybody remake her songs.
My family talked about this on our group text, and my sister said that his dad introduced him as a little kid to Tracy Chapman, and he just always loved Tracy Chapman. Wow. And I loved her. I listened to that album a cajillion times.
Something in whatever he told her when he requested to remake her song spoke to her.
Yeah.
Enough. Oh, I remember the segue. It was, what's his name? Roller skating.
Yeah, roller skating.
And like the feeling of nostalgia of roller skating. That's what brought it up for me.
That was cute. You'll have to watch that. Watch the Usher halftime show if you can find it somewhere. I think NFL doesn't let you watch their stuff very much, but you'll find it somewhere. It was cute.
Okay.
It wasn't cute. It was cool. It was like, good job, bud. But then
Tracy Chapman.
that funny thing that happened. Alicia Keys performed too, sang a song with Usher, and her first note was a little sour. So Alicia Keys has not been performing lately because she had a problem with her throat, and her first note did not sound good, but she recovered. Sounded good. She looked beautiful. They had a big crazy piano out there. But apparently everybody heard it not sound good. But apparently the ones that are released now, like the videos have all been corrected, where she doesn't make that noise anymore. And somebody was like, hey, that's not fair. You're like gaslighting all of us, because we're going to be like, hey, I remember watching Alicia Keys in the Super Bowl halftime show, and that first note was bad. And somebody was like, if I send you this picture of Alicia Keys, it means this did not start out well. We're off on the wrong foot. But it's going to be erased from our memories because they're changing it.
I hate that. We already know how much
note
I
that,
hate
okay?
that.
So look for, you watch the Usher halftime show, see if Alicia Keys' first note is fine or if it's off, because it was off.
Make it like real. I was just thinking that before you said this. At least she wasn't auto-tuned, and I hate.
Well,
And
then the
so,
other
but
joke
now
was,
they're like retro doing it out
Yeah.
of tune. If I was Alicia Keys, I would be like, don't you fucking do that.
and he
You leave
didn't.
it like it is.
He didn't sing with the track, and he didn't sing a ton because he was dancing, so he was kind of like
Winded.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I just actually sang Namjoon's song while I was doing that. Oh, also one other piece of news for me is I revisited Namjoon's album Indigo, and I think it is the perfect album. Start to finish, it's like 24 minutes. It's not that long.
Can you smell that?
Yeah,
It's the dog.
it's the dog's.
It's like the Hante somebody pooped. He's got some stomach issues.
Watch my face.
He's farting and it's really stinky.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything to your dog.
Well, you might have thought it was me, so I wanted to make sure you knew it was the dog. It's the dog.
We're gonna have to.
It's the dog, and he's not that close.
We're gonna have to end this episode.
What's your word? What's your word?
You didn't believe my last word, so now I'm mad. Oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something cute about Korean words. So the word for love is sarang, and the word for people is saram. And the difference between the ng at the end and the m at the end, the m for the end of the people is a box. Like it looks like a rectangle. That's what the letter looks like. For sarang, which is love, it's a circle instead of a box. And so Namjoon said, what you do is when you take people and wear them down a little, not wear them down, but like wear them in, soften them up a little bit, then you have love.
Put them on. That's not your word. What's your word?
So my
phrase?
My two words are sarang
Oh, we've already had
and
this.
saram.
Come on.
No, that's it. That's my word. In honor of Namjoon President's Day.
Namjoon, not Namjoon.
Namjoon. Namjoon.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. I love him.
Okay, well, my word is then, last episode I did the more formal version of wait, gitayol.
Yeah.
But the one you hear a lot in K-dramas, and the one that you would say, is chakaman. Just a second, just a moment. Chakaman, chakaman, chakaman. So gitayol, chakaman. I do say chakaman to the dog a lot.
Okay.
All right, what's your music award?
My music award. I didn't
Topic.
do the last one. What's you do it.
I did. I had an actual word. You didn't even have a word.
Oh, I know.
Come on.
Because that's
Bring it on.
Somebody
has to pull their weight around here, and it's not me.
It's, let me think of a music award.
Topic.
Music award topic. Okay. What is, name. Ooh, let's do this. What's the song you hate the most? If it comes on, you're like, no, I'm not listening to this.
Any female K-pop song?
Okay, we're gonna link to a female K-pop song that you don't like. You have to have one in particular.
All of them.
Oh, that is so. You are not a girl's girl.
I never was.
Okay.
Do a different topic.
Okay.
Well, what's your favorite? What's one you hate?
A song I hate?
Yeah. See? Pick a different topic. I cancel that topic.
Okay, canceled. I don't know.
Good God. All right. Well, on my drive today, because I was on the road today, I listened to stuff, and I thought, oh, a good one would be like, name a song, but then it's obvious, of like a season that's in this song, and then Spring Day for you.
Spring Day. No, I'm not going to choose Spring Day.
Okay, go. What is it?
I'm going to choose Christmas Tree.
It's not a season in the song title. A season.
Okay, I'm going to do, whatever. You just made this up and I didn't have time to think about it. So what I'm going to choose is Hanuman by BTS. It means just one day. And it's really sweet. Hanuman. Like Hana, it means one.
Hana?
Hanuman.
She totally went off topic.
It's really good. Just one day. It's a cute song. It's a little bit cheesy.
Well, you love cheese.
A song that I fast forward every time is, I don't know, I can't think of one.
Well, the song that actually is a good driving song that came on that I liked is called End of Spring by One Way.
One Way?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of them.
No, you will. I have a bunch of their songs.
Is it like a one?
O-N-E.
O-N-E. W-E.
If there's a different way to say it, let me know.
I don't know.
When we end of spring.
Okay.
It's a very
I hope they have a good music
Jonathan.
video.
I hope they do too. Obviously they have something because it came. I bought it and I have it on my MP3 player.
Well, I felt like Hanuman. I think that's how you say it. I was recognizing them saying it. Then I looked at the screen on my TV and it said that word in Hangul and Korean letters, and I was like, I can read that. And I felt good.
You feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good. My words of the day that come to me in email have been expressions lately, which forced me to read more, and I've been doing well.
Good.
I'm very happy with that.
Good.
All right, well, that's the end of episode 23.
Okay.
Annyeong.
Annyeong. See you later.
Yeah. Next time. Whoops, what happened?